So we're cooking with the gas here. My dad used to say that. I'm Charlotte Pierce. I'm with the producer of Ready Grow USA, and we are. Hey, could you like wiggle this? I don't know why my. Uh,
Oh,
uh, we're here with Dave Powers of 776 BC, and we'll get our video here in a second. Unplug and plug, please. Or maybe I could. Oh, I know what I can do. Why is it? Integrated camera? Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it might not be. Okay. Everybody stand by. We are going to be going live with Dave in a second here. Start cam. Oh, that's why. Never mind. It was on, for some reason it stopped its own cam, or it's on speed, and then uh, I'm gonna have to start it again. Yeah, just okay. I'm just gonna restart the session. Yeah, we're just gonna use the onboard camera for now. Um, Hi, we're back, and we're still broadcasting. That's awesome. We're going to use our. This is kind of mobile studio trauma here, but we have with us Dave Powers, 776 BC.
Charlotte, thanks so much for having me.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Flavio Filippi is the main sponsor of the convention, right?
They're one of the performance sponsors. Yep.
Yeah, and anyway, he connected me with you, and you came to rowing as a former national team.
No.
What's your
My background is pretty varied, and I'll try to give you the Cliff Notes version. I rowed at Boston University in the 70s for Hugh Foley. Hugh was a huge influence on my life. Sadly, he passed away a number of years ago, but he was part of the best recruit that won an Olympic gold medal in '64. And I think, like a lot of people that come into rowing, the sport shapes you for your lifetime. And it certainly did for me. And so Hugh was that person. And then I got out of school and I went to work in the sailing industry. So I was a sailmaker. I was on American 2 boat in Australia for the America's Cup back in the 80s. I had a cup of coffee there, and then got out of the sailmaking business and ended up working for 17 years for Saucony Running shoes.
Right.
And I was in their international division. I did product development. I was U.S. sales head for a while, and always been in the sporting goods industry. So after Saucony and a couple other stops, I ended up in the cycling industry. And from cycling, I had a contact with Mark Nothnagel, who's the owner of Sykes in Australia, and Mark put me in touch with Cameron McKenzie McCart, who owns 776. That's really how I got involved with 776 and why you're stuck with me today. So,
I am thrilled because I became aware, I mean, this might be interesting to you. I interviewed Ommegang last year about it was the arts of rowing. So we had a painter with Susan Wood, Nancy Eamon, and what else? But Eamon was, then I followed him on social media, right? So he was, as he was training, he was
creating content.
Was he like an ambassador for you guys?
He is.
Yeah.
And, you know, Eamon does such an incredible job of creating content, but I think getting a lot of eyes on rowing that might normally not be on rowing. You know, so his YouTube videos now, as he trains to go sub 6:30 in Toronto at the World Championships, I think a lot of people relate to that, irregardless of age, irregardless of skill set, because they see the pain, they see the frustration, they see his joy when he's actually had good pieces, and he's very good at
it's very authentic.
Very good at conveying all of that. So we're happy to have him with us.
That's so good. Yeah. And you have other athletes that do the same, or
we have other athletes. So when 776 got started, it was started by Cameron McKenzie McCart, and Cam was a longtime member of the Aussie national team. He stroked the Aussie 4 to silver in Beijing. In London, he was in the Aussie 8. They finished out of the medals, and then he decided to retire. And he got involved in a couple different businesses in the financial community, but realized it wasn't for him. So he decided to develop a clothing company, and as he puts it, I think it's pretty telling. He said, "I've rode a lot of kilometers in my life with bad kit." And so.
And you were showing me one of your
unis.
Yeah, you want to?
Sure.
Yeah.
And so with Cam, we started this development process, and the whole focus on the company is really on the athlete, which I know may sound a little trite, but it's our DNA, and we're very focused on athlete feedback. We're lucky enough to work with Australian Rowing, US Rowing, New Zealand Rowing. So we have 3 major programs. Leander Club in the UK now has come on board with us. And
I saw that on your website. I think.
Yeah.
A little video.
And so the opportunity to work with this global elite athlete community has really, you couldn't ask for a better R&D department, for lack of a better, a better way to put it. And then we have major D1 programs at the collegiate level coming on board with us, some of the top high school programs. And so you get all these diverse groups of athletes. You want what an elite masters rower is looking for might be different than, an athlete pulling a sub 5:45 on the erg and really focusing on Paris. And that might be entirely different than what your high school or collegiate athletes looking for. So we have this diverse customer group that's helped us a lot, but our focus, and I always tell it, the coaches want to work with them. We want to hear the good, we want to hear the bad, and we want to hear the ugly on athlete feedback, and that is our department.
And how long has the company been
About 8 years now.
Now, isn't it sort of daunting to start a company in, like, you got your JL, you got a lot of different manufacturers? I mean, how do you, like,
I think we're all competitive. Rowers, not competitive at all.
But I mean, they're all great companies. Yeah. So you can't be a bad. I was telling Rick, you can't be a bad actor in this community. It's too small.
I think
It's like,
our focus all along was to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Was to focus on textiles that weren't necessarily being used in rowing gear. Was to focus on an optic, a design DNA, let's say, that maybe a little more modern, a little more unique, to have an incredibly talented design department to allow clubs to maybe be conservative if they wanted to, or push the design, forward. And
so you do custom things.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So we have standard kit that somebody can order, but we work with a lot of programs on custom kits for that program.
Right.
And so the concept there is to develop and work with a club on world-class gear that's optically optimized to their club, their colors, their logos, and when their athletes are then out on the course, whether they're training or racing, that we've done everything in our power to give them that marginal gain, that extra 1%, extra 0.5% to have their best performance of it.
And how does the name of the company come about?
It's 776 BC was the first recorded Olympic sport.
Oh. That's probably on your website too.
It's okay.
I didn't.
I was born around that time, so.
I'm usually the oldest person in the room.
No,
but I get it about the production values, because it's the same with the podcast. Our good cameras. But like it's anytime you can elevate it, even a little bit. People will see this and they'll be fine. But if it's popping, then it's like it gets their attention.
We're very lucky in that we have very passionate customers.
Yeah.
And so I'll receive orders. I received the order from a major university this year based on the recommendation of a freshman rower who had rowed in our kit last year as a senior and won junior nationals. She loved the kit, went to a new school, and
then when you
we have to call Mr. Powers to get a new kit. So that was.
And then when you wear it and win, you have to wear it again because
exactly.
karma.
Yeah. And I think it's a little bit of in the locker rooms, the kids are trading unis, they're talking about it, and now with the globalization of rowing in the U.S., where you have, especially at the D1 collegiate level, where you have athletes coming from all over the world, they'll come with 776 BC, and so then I'll get the call from the coach. Everybody in the locker room, and it's a great, it's a great position to be in.
So in the convention, is this your first rowing convention with 776, or did you come to the 2019?
No, I wasn't with 776.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you were, are you making some connections here too, or you have some? Me?
Exactly.
Well, I'm heading toward. I'm a recent arrival, convert to uni. I used to wear just random stuff.
I have contacts that are here. So Meredith Freeland from Concept 2 is a very close friend, and we work together in former life. Fabio Selvig from Philippi. So a lot of people that I've developed relationships with over the years are here, and so that's good. And then I'm a big relationship person. I think 776 is a relationship. Transactional sales is not whatever I've been about, and I think that this gives you an opportunity to meet somebody face to face, to just have a more open conversation, maybe a little less formal. And you and I were talking about it before. Is Zoom and Microsoft Teams are wonderful mediums, but sometimes you can't buy your friend or your customer coffee via Teams. Well, I haven't figured out how to do it yet.
Yeah, so. I know, and it's this indescribable little thing about being in person, but I'm hoping that with our podcast at the convention that we'll be able to, give people a flavor of what it's like and, see the real people here.
We're all about getting getting butts in boats,
Yeah.
for lack of a better. And I think
Yeah, we all need to do that more.
when you look at this group, the commonality is this passion for a sport.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to explain. There's a part of the sport that is not fun. The 2K test on the earth.
I've done one of those, I think.
Race pieces or so on. But everybody talks about, and you were talking about, you're out in Charles at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And
sometimes I just stop and take pictures.
Yeah, and I think you row and you see Jebby Stone row by.
Yes,
That's
I've seen
pretty,
her many times.
That's pretty cool. And you get the wave and everything. And so there's this community that we're lucky enough to be involved with. Then at the same time, we want to share it.
Mm-hmm.
We want, because it's so cool, we want to get more people to understand what it's like when you finally get the boat moving, and the blades are dropping and everything's boom, boom, and the boat is just running.
Yeah, that feeling.
It's pretty cool.
Well, listen, I want to talk to you some more here, and can you just hold up your uni that you're? So, what are the three
lines?
biggest? Well, that looks like a boat with oars.
Well, actually, we have an app. It's a coaching tool. So it's proprietary to us. We have an app, and so basically with the app and a camera, a coach can look at these various dots and show an athlete, hey, you're opening up.
Yeah.
You're compressed too much, and so visually, it gives them a visual diagram,
right,
which is so important.
Yeah.
And I think some of the biggest changes in coaching over the last 10 years probably the use of iPhones and taking video. Mm-hmm. And when you see yourself on video, it's such a powerful tool to use. So
I take Jim Dietz's camp, and when they do video afterwards, they look for, like, if you have a stripe down your leg, they'll say they'll be able to tell more easily what you're.
So motion capture software wants the data points. Yeah, okay. And this is basically what we've done.
Wow. I'd have to get one of those.
And we also have golf, we have polo shirts for golf, getting sort of swing analysis that you can see the data points with.
Wow, that's I'm a wannabe geek, so I might check that out.
But
anyway,
it's the tools, the technology that you and I were talking about before that other sports have, and this is a way for a coach to get a little help on the sideline, so to speak, and with an athlete, hey, take a look at this. And all of a sudden now the athlete visually can see the dots, see what we're talking about.
I love it. Oh, man, that's great. Well, thank you so much for being here. And you're a gentleman and a scholar. And Fabio said so.
Oh, God.
But thank you for being with us.
He did say I had to buy him a few beers for this conference.
Is he old enough for beers? Yeah. So. All right. Well, have a good time.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
No, that's great.
Thank
you.
And
I mean, we have an insatiable need for content, so we'll have to have you back on.
I have more stuff for you. So.
Good deal.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.